Here's your Google Doc. So first we're gonna see how we represent some inequalities. Okay, how we convert words into numerical representations. Okay, so let's see. Okay, x is at most 45. At most means the maximum it can reach is including 45. So the inequality that it would represent is this. If x is at most 45, all the numbers that could represent x have to be less or equal to 45, because x is at most, the maximum it can reach is 45. Okay? Number two, the sum of 4x and x is at least 12. So at least 12 means 12 can be an answer. Yes, 12 can be an answer. 12.1, 12.2, 12.3, at least 12. So if I write the sum of 4x and x, I will write as 4x plus x. This has to be at least 12, which means this is to be greater or equal to 12. Question number three. Question number three. Let me put a red one. The product is the answer of a multiplication of x and y, is greater than or equal to 5. That's kind of easy, right? So the product is x times y. I don't need to write this dot here. I can write just xy. Is greater than or equal to, so greater than and equal to is this sign. That's how we represent mathematically greater than or equal to 5. 5 less than a number is r is under 20. Okay, so 5 less than a number we discussed in class. I hope you remember that every time we have less than is a switch word. So 5 less than a number r is actually r minus 5. And all of this has to be under 20, which means it can't be 20. It has to be under 20. So 20 is not part of my answer. So all of this has to be less than 20, which means under 20. Okay, so this is the first part. This is how we convert sentences into numerical inequalities. Okay, now how do we solve inequalities in word problems? We have 4 simple and easy to follow steps. Okay, step number 1, read carefully. So they will have not been doing that, and underline keywords. Number 2, write a let statement, which you're gonna understand. You're gonna let me know what your variable means in the situation. Then 3, determine whether you're going to use less than or equal to, greater than, or greater than and equal to. Then after that, you're going to write, solve, and graph. So 3 actions. So let's see number 5. We're going to do number 5 together and the number 6. Then from after that, it's you and you, okay? So if 5 times a number is increased by 4, so I have 5 times a number. Well, 5 times a number. Well, first, let x be a number. So let x be a number. I'm naming my variable. 5 times a number would be 5x. Do you agree? Yes? Then, increased by 4. This is increased by 4, which means plus 4. The result is at least 19. So at least 19, which means the minimum it can reach is 19. But then the question is, when I say at least 19, is 19 part of my answer, or 19 is not part of my answer? Yes, 19 is part of my answer. So at least 19 means everything else has to be greater or equal to 19. So now I can write my inequality. My inequality would be 5x plus 4 greater or equal to 19, and then I solve it. So I wrote, now I solve, and then I graph. So now I'm gonna solve. I start by subtracting 4, and this will be 5x greater or equal to 15. Then I divide by 5, and this will be x greater or equal than 3. I wrote, I solved, now I'm going to answer. So I'm going to graph this. So if this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. Because my answer is x greater or equal than 3, this greater or equal represents a closed dot, right, on 3. And I want all the numbers that are greater than. So I'm going to paint all the numbers that are greater than 3 to the infinite and beyond. Then the question is, find the least possible number that satisfies the condition. The least possible. My handwriting is not that good. Sorry, guys. That's because of the writing tools here from my laptop. The least possible number is 3. That's my sentence. Okay, keeping up for the next one. I'm gonna skip number 6. I'm gonna go over a real life one here. The cost of a gallon of orange juice is $3.50. What is the maximum number of containers you can buy for $15? Well, first I am assuming that a container has 1 gallon. So if a container has 1 gallon, let X be the number of gallons. So then I can write my inequality as 3.50 times the number of gallons, because 3.50 is the cost for each gallon, times the number of gallons. The maximum number of gallons you can buy with for 15. So this has to be less or equal to 15, because I can't spend more than $15. So all of what I spend here has to be less than the $15 I have, because this is the maximum I can buy. So this is quite easy. I just have to divide by 3.50. And then, of course, I can go to my calculator. Okay. So if you don't have a calculator, you can use the one on your computer. Calculator. So 15 divided by 3.5. Let's see. My calculator is taking forever. 15 divided by 3.50. This gives me a really, really odd answer. 4.285. I'm gonna put 4.3 rounding, okay? So X is less or equal than 4.3. Well, then we have a question. My question is, what is the maximum number of containers I can buy? So my question is, if X, so the number of gallons or containers, has to be less or equal than 4.3, what is the maximum number of containers I can buy? Can I buy 5? No, I can't buy 5, because 5 would be greater than 4.3. Okay. Can I buy 4? Yes, I can. I can buy 4 because buying 4 is less than 4.3. and it's the maximum number of whole containers because, well, guys, we can't buy 0.3 containers, right? So I can buy 4 containers. Okay, so the idea here is, again, writing the correct inequalities. Okay,